Sir Dave Richards, you may end up getting flop of the week and stuff of the week later on in the show. But for now, it's a case of Dave Richards. At the end of the day, who in the blue hell cares whether England brought football to the world or we created football or anything like that? Yeah, who cares? All right, UEFA and FIFA stealing the game? No. They're not stealing it. I'm going to correct you on that one. They're not stealing the game. They're ruining it. Ruining? Yeah. They've ruined it. It's one of them ones. A little obligatory Family Guy reference. But it's a case of UEFA and FIFA have come along and they are systematically ruining the game with their moronic ideas for rules. Remember microchips in balls? Remember Beckenbauer coming out with, oh yeah, let's have more linesmen, let's have more referees. No, you moron. It's one of them ones. And then you got UEFA, President Platini coming out with, oh no, we don't want technology because it's gonna make it PlayStation football. Yep, well done. You are the class moron who seems to have a vendetta against English football as well. But Dave Richards, I'm sorry, mate. Don't throw stones if you live in a glass house, because RFA at the end of the day and the Premier League, it's one of them ones. RFA are a joke anyway. So if you're an idiot, don't throw stones at morons, because it will look equally as bad on you. So that's all I got to say about that. Another obligatory wrestling reference. Jezzy, G-Man, and then we're going to throw it out as well.
You know what? I have to say, I agree with you. You know, some people need to keep stum in regards to certain things. I mean, the conference wasn't even about anything to do with who created football. So I'm going to say this. If the whole discussion isn't about that, why are we talking about it? Do you know what I mean? Let's stick to the whole game plan here. We're talking about, you know, taking football into new areas, you know, expanding the game, expanding the awareness of the game, expanding how the game is going to be received. You know, why are we not talking about, you know, using 3D technology and having most games available in 3D, as opposed to who originated and developed football as a game and who does it belong to and all the rest of it. Listen, it don't matter if it was the Chinese or England. The bottom line of it is this: neither one of them is going to win a World Cup. Yeah. Right now. Yeah. So as far as I can see, if you're there for one thing, focus on that and leave those opinions at home, because right now it just, you know, it doesn't make you look smart. It doesn't make you look clever. Yeah, you was trying to be funny. All right, and I get that. Well done to you. Here, slow clap for you because you're Comedian of the Year. Yeah. Bottom line is this: it doesn't make you look good. So I'm gonna say this: don't quit your day job. Seriously.
It's true, man. It is true. G-Man, have you got a view on it?
Yeah, no, I just got to say, people like Richards, it's reasons why, like people like Richards, why the game is getting ruined anyway, because he's obviously got there's something bitter. He's bitter about something, whether it's about England losing the last bid for the World Cup. You know, that's still in his mind with the whole Qatar thing. You know, taking to the World Cup out there, and it looks like in conditions which no one seems to know how to handle. So, you know, he's still got a hump on that. But you know, it's things like this where you have silly little debates like this when, you know, we hear the likes of Poland are struggling to move the Euros on, and Brazil are currently struggling to get their bid on. You know, why can't nations come together and try and help each other and help the lesser nations, you know, build up their frontiers, just like what Jezzy was saying, build up their frontier and make it spectacular that it should always be. The World Cup, just like how football came together for Fabrice Muamba, you know, and Liam Kelly, it's the same sort of way football should come together to, you know, build the biggest events on the world stage as well. You know, rather than worrying about the little things, really and truthfully, like who made football, who didn't make football, who made the first round ball, who was kicking the square ball, and all that sort of rubbish.
Yeah. It's
just about coming together. But one thing I will lead on to say about the whole the FIFA thing, not implementing chips and balls. FIFA was actually against chips and balls. And this was actually said by Gordon Smith on Goals on Sunday as well, where actually you know, the Scottish wanted to implement the chip symbols because they were actually impressed by the way the whole logics and the technology worked, because the technology was, there's a chip in the ball, it goes over a line and an infrared line, and if most of the ball's over that infrared line, it's going to send the signal to the referee's watch, as he explained. But it was Platini and Blatter who both, you know, sort of like vetoed it, because at the end of the day they feel like if technology came into the game, it's going to ruin the game as it is.
Yeah, because I remember hearing about them testing it in an under-19s tournament, and then you just never heard anything else about it. It was like just swept under the rug. It must have failed because they just swept it under the rug. But it is just stupid. It is really just dumb at the end of the day. Yeah, as you said, nonsensical debates. But it's one of them ones. Has anyone else got a view on that before we move on? Johnny Sykes, you want to run on?
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't blame America for stealing the name football. I mean, just to clarify, you know, Dave Richards, he's speaking for himself, not all 50 million of us.
Yeah.
And with one World Cup win, I don't think England owns anything really. I mean, you know, after the conference, you know, Richards slipped and fell into the pool, and I guess he was rescued by Phil Gartside. And actually, England's governing body have tried to distance themselves from Richards, and actually these comments could set the FA's attempts to rebuild relations with FIFA after David Bernstein tried to block, you know, Sepp Blatter's re-election last year. So I don't know, we'll see.
I heard that, man. I mean, it's just silly. Stones, glass houses, fill in your own adjectives.